Ab ki baar kiski sarkar in Delhi? That's the question. Remember, Delhi votes tomorrow on Wednesday, and we'll know the results by Saturday this week. And it's been a really interesting campaign. But in this video, I'm going to break it down to 3 main points of what has been interesting from my point of view in the Delhi election, on how they're going to vote and what's likely to happen. There's a lot of chaos. Let me take you through it, of course. There are about 699 candidates, 70 constituencies, high-pitched campaigning with Prime Minister, Arvind Kejriwal, Rahul Gandhi, everybody campaigning, lots of name-calling back and forth. The BJP has focused on the fact that Arvind Kejriwal has built himself a really nice home, calling it a Sheesh Mahal, sort of breaking into his Aam Aadmi idea and accusing the Aam Aadmi Party of the liquor scam, in which most Aam Aadmi Party leaders have gone to jail. On the other hand, the Aam Aadmi Party has said the Prime Minister has built himself a Raj Mahal. My team has actually made a list of all of the name calling and the things that these parties, including the Congress, have said to each other. I will not dignify this list by actually repeating any of it. I will just take you through the main 3 points that I believe were interesting in this election. My first point is pollution. Now, you would think that because Delhi is the most air polluted capital in the world, that this would be the focus point, because the people of Delhi finally have an opportunity to hold everyone accountable and to demand what they need out of the election. But no, air pollution has found 0 mention in any manifesto. It is not part of the conversation at all. Nobody is talking about it. What are they talking about? They're talking about the Yamuna River and the water pollution in the Yamuna. And this is really interesting. Let me first tell you what they're saying. Arvind Kejriwal claimed that the river is being poisoned by the state of Haryana on purpose as a conspiracy against Delhi. The BJP and the Congress have blamed the Aam Aadmi Party for failing to clean up the Yamuna. And the Chief Minister Atishi had actually said that there are factories in Haryana and Sonipat that are releasing an extra amount of ammonia into the water, making it difficult for the water treatment plants to clean up and stay on top of it, which is why there's a water crisis in Delhi right now. After which the Haryana Chief Minister actually went to the river on the Haryana side and drank the water on video to prove that the water in Haryana is clean, but it's getting dirty in Delhi. Now the question is, why is the river more interesting than the air pollution in this election? Well, Chhat Puja is mostly celebrated by Purvanchalis. They enter the river when they celebrate it. Purvanchalis from Bihar and from Uttar Pradesh form about 30% of the voting population in Delhi. And that is a cohort that is interesting for these parties. And that's why the Yamuna River is becoming a particular thing. Now, the Prime Minister and the Home Minister pointed out that in the Kumbh Mela right now in Uttar Pradesh, people are able to take a dip in the Ganga, but nobody is able to take a dip in the Yamuna because the Aam Aadmi Party has failed. So that is why air pollution has not found a mention, because apparently there is no cohort that can actually be angered by it. We'll move on from there. But interestingly, though, the Aam Aadmi Party in the previous election had made it part of their manifesto. They promised that air pollution will be reduced by 60%. It has obviously not been reduced. I think that it's not found mention because none of these parties have actually been able to solve the problem. Remember, the Aam Aadmi Party for the last decade has been blaming other state governments for not doing enough. And now it runs Punjab, but has not done enough itself. And the BJP has not found a solution either. And so nobody has a viable solution. So everybody's quietly sidestepped air pollution and focused on the Yamuna water pollution instead. The other second interesting point for me was the middle class. Now remember, Arvind Kejriwal has never, even though he's risen from the middle class, has not focused on the middle class up till now. He's focused always on the working class families in the Juggis. This time though, he's turned his focus on the middle class, and in his campaign, he's accused the BJP of tax terrorism, of GST, of effectively middle class piss rahi hai is what he said, that they're getting squeezed. He's called for a cap on private school fees, which is apparently a sore point. Maybe he's seeing a wave of middle class pushback across the country and he's going to ride that wave, but it's been different from his usual campaigns. Now, responding to that, right on time, the BJP announced the budget on the 1st of February, on the Saturday gone by, in which they handed out that massive tax break to anyone making less than 12 lakh rupees a year and said, hey, look, we are a pro-middle class government and that's definitely going to help them when it comes to Delhi. The other thing that's going to help is the 8th Pay Commission, which is another announcement by the BJP, which means that government employees will get a bump up in their pay. Remember, Delhi is full of families of government employees, and this is going to make a difference. The third point that I thought was also interesting was anti-incumbency. Remember, in the last 2 elections, the Aam Aadmi Party scored 67 out of 70 or 62 out of 70. What can they do this time? Is it possible that they will beat the anti-incumbency and still get enough numbers to form the government? It's unlikely that they will go anywhere near 60, is what most of the analysts are saying. But can they still get past that halfway mark? What the BJP is trying to do is not just win seats, but it's trying to dismantle the Aam Aadmi Party's credibility altogether. They're going after the idea that the Aam Aadmi Party is of the people and it's, against corruption. They're accusing them regularly of corruption. They're driving in that point that every single or almost all Aam Aadmi Party leaders have gone to jail for corruption. So eventually the idea will be, will the people of Delhi, has it settled in their minds that Kejriwal, who claims that he's a victim of the BJP and he's been oppressed by the BJP and sent to jail, or are they saying there's no smoke without fire, so there's likely kuch to kiya hoga? Which of these two arguments will the voters actually believe? That will probably decide the fate of Arvind Kejriwal. Now, Aam Aadmi Party, in order to battle that anti-incumbency, has actually denied tickets to several sitting MLAs and brought in new faces to sort of clean up the anti-incumbency. This is a tactic that the BJP had actually mastered. And the party sort of doubled down on its working class base. They've gone door to door, they've done large town halls, and they've announced, obviously, the electricity, the water, the government school reforms, free medicines, bus tickets for women, 2,100 to each woman every month, payments to temple priests, payments to gurudwaras, schemes for youths, payments for auto drivers and taxi drivers. In the meantime, other parties, the Congress and the BJP, have promised gas cylinders at 500 rupees. The BJP has promised 21,000 rupees for expectant mothers. The Congress has promised 8,500 rupees for unemployed youth. There's a lot of that. But the big challenge, apart from all of these, whether you want to call them subsidies or you want to call them freebies, depending on which way you look at it, the real challenge for the Aam Aadmi Party will be to battle the corruption allegations against Arvind Kejriwal. Let me ask for a minute here. Where is the Congress in all of this? Is it a three-way fight between the Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP and the Congress? It doesn't seem like that. The Congress is likely to dent the Aam Aadmi Party and cut those votes more than anything else. Rahul Gandhi's campaign has been reaching out to Dalit voters. It's reaching out to Muslim voters. But the Congress doesn't have a face on the ground. The BJP doesn't have a face on the ground either. Apart from this, the BJP has also been accusing the Aam Aadmi Party of bringing in a lot of Bangladeshi and Rohingya infiltrators or illegal immigrants and registering them as voters to change the demographic of the city of Delhi. In fact, BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra actually brought out a report by some JNU professors saying that illegal immigrants from Bangladesh have actually ruined Delhi's infrastructure and the economy. So there are a lot of allegations being traded at this point. But the person in focus this election is Arvind Kejriwal. This election is about Arvind Kejriwal. It's make or break for him because not only is it anti-incumbency, remember, if he wins for a third time, it makes him very powerful. And he needs to be looked at after that completely differently as someone who has held power in the state of Delhi 3 times in a row, plus now has 2 states, so that's Punjab and Delhi. Remember, outside of the BJP, only the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party have, 2 states, and that puts him in a different category. But I also want to remind you that when Arvind Kejriwal got bail, there were some conditions that were imposed, like he's not allowed to sign anything, any official files. And that is why he stepped out and he allowed Atishi to sort of take power. And there was a lot of questions of whether he's just placed her or she has any power of her own. But if he wins this time, those bail conditions don't change. So can he become chief minister again? Because he has said the people will decide whether or not I can become chief minister. So even if the people do decide, those bail conditions don't change. So how is he going to navigate that situation? On the other hand, the Congress doesn't have a CM candidate. The BJP doesn't have a CM candidate. So we don't know who the faces are on that end. It's really about the Aam Aadmi Party and about Arvind Kejriwal on whether he can win and become extremely powerful, or lose and then start to lose ground in a place where people have had tremendous faith in him for the last 10 years. It's a really interesting battle, but I must say though, from watching it coming out of the massive general elections that we've already had very recently, and then we had the Maharashtra elections, there are no new ideas in this Delhi election campaign. Nothing, no new solutions were offered, no new campaigns, not even a particularly interesting slogan really. It was rather dull in terms of a campaign idea. I didn't think there was anything there, that, so you sat up and took notice. Mostly name calling, mostly accusations. We'll have to see now whether the people of Delhi are moved. Are they bored? Are they going to vote in any way? Are they going to go out and vote at all? And, what that voting turnout is going to be, we'll find out this weekend. I will have all of those updates, of course, right here. And we'll keep bringing you information on this channel. But leave me a comment if you think Arvind Kejriwal can come back for a third term, or if you think the BJP can make that dent. So imagine if someone decides that they're a little fried with the Aam Aadmi Party, they want to try something else. Are they likely to try the BJP, or does the Congress stand any chance? Give me the question, give me the answer in the comment section, and we'll track this for you. Remember, like, share, subscribe, share this video, and sign up for our membership. It will really help us if you do. Thanks for watching.